How about now? Now, Reggie, see if you can come back because somehow or another I lost. I went live and we lost you. Go back there. Reggie had your hand raised.
What about now, Sam? What about now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. I'm coming in. I hear you fine. What about now, Sam? Yeah. I hear and see you
Can
fine.
You hear something?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Hello? Yeah, I hear you good.
For whatever reason, I can't hear you, Reggie.
Okay. What about now, Sam? I hear you fine. I hear you fine, bro. Let me see. Yeah, I hear you fine.
I still can't hear you, but they said they can hear you, but I can't hear you.
You say, yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, I hear you now. Okay, I hear you. You doing okay? Where did you go? Reggie. I still can't hear you, but they said they can hear you, but I can't hear you. Okay, I hear you now. Okay, I hear you. You doing okay? Where did you go? Reggie. I still can't hear you, but they can hear you, but I can't hear you. Okay, I hear you. Reggie. You doing okay? Did you go? Reggie. I still can't hear you, but they can hear you, but I can't hear you. Reggie. He still done disappeared? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Lisa? I said, do you hear me? Can you hear me? You can't hear anything I'm saying. Say what? You can hear me now. I don't know where Reggie went to.
What about
Trying to bring you back on. Reggie.
you see me?
Reggie.
You see me?
Can you hear him,
You
Lisa?
see me waving? You see me waving?
Something going on, Reggie. I can't hear you. You can hear him now? He gone? You can hear him now? You can hear Reggie now. Reggie, can you hear me?
Right. Yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
But can they hear me? Can they hear me? Can they hear me?
Can't, you can't hear Reggie? Can you hear the
Yeah.
what? He's what? See, I can't hear him.
I hear you loud and
Yeah.
clear, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, you want to do some interviews?
Yes, I do. Reggie, I got you
Sam, I
turned
see
all
you
the
loud
way
and
up.
clear. I got it. You're all the way up, bro.
I did not know that.
You're all the way up. Yeah.
I can't hear you, Reg.
Hey,
I don't know. Did you allow them to access your mic and stuff?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll go out and come back in.
What did you say?
Let's see.
But what I'm asking is, did you allow them to he gone again?
You got it up yet?
Yep. Reggie.
I'm gonna get you somebody.
Reggie, where are you?
Sam. Sam.
He,
Sam, can you hear me?
but
Hey, Sam. Sam.
Oh. I'll talk.
yeah, I can't hear a word you saying.
What
What?
about now, bro?
You said you wanted to
Can you hear
interview
me
mine?
now?
Or you want to talk or?
Yeah.
Sam.
You ready?
I'm ready. I don't know what we're doing. I've never done this before.
Hey, it's okay.
Okay.
All right, come on in the frame here. You might.
Come on, Sam.
It'll pick me up. I don't have to touch it, right?
Nope, you don't have to touch it. Pick it up.
All right,
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Okay, go
All
ahead,
right,
talk,
just
bro.
introduce yourself to the audience and tell them what's going on here today. Tell them who you are, where you from, and what are you doing here today?
Well, my name is Karen McLean. That's Karen with an X, not a K. And I am from the Georgia Council for Recovery. That's what I'm here for.
Hang on for a minute, one more time.
Oh, you didn't have me plugged in. Technical difficulties.
All right, we're gonna mass reset. We're gonna do this again one more time. Go ahead. You are who now?
My name is Karen McLean. It's spelled with an X. I am with the Georgia Council for Recovery. Okay.
All right. Listen, this is my friend Reginald, he's a Reggie part of the It's a Rap with Reggie and Sam podcast. And again, we are broadcasting live. Again, what is going on here today?
Well, we came down today to support our friends in recovery. We believe that Georgia Council for Recovery, that recovery is possible. And we try to spread that through the state of Georgia and support anyone that has any recovery related events going on. And because I'm a person in long-term recovery myself. So we live our recovery out loud. Recovery is possible in the state of Georgia.
Absolutely.
We believe that the opposite of addiction is connection.
It's great. I had never heard that before. I like
Yes,
that term. I like that
absolutely. And so I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to live my recovery out loud every day. Today, I'm a present mother. I'm gainfully employed. I love doing what I'm doing. October the 3rd, I'll have 4 years in active recovery. I love it. And I have beautiful children that have supported every step of the way, and they're involved in the recovery community as well, helping out and, being of service when needed. It's a beautiful journey I'm on.
Wow. So when you talk about recovery, most people, the first thing they think of is a drug addiction.
Right.
I recently met a guy, and I won't call his name. I met a guy, and I had never actually met someone who was in a recovery house for gambling addiction. Mm-hmm. I had never heard of that. Is that more normal, or is just so much focus put on the drug recovery, the drug addiction, that the other addiction kind of like don't get the kind of recognition that they did? But don't get me wrong, because I think what you're doing is great, and I love Ms. Brandon because she does it with such heart and such passion. And I'm assuming that you do, because you can't do this stuff long term without actually caring about people. Am I right?
That's right. That's right. I'm a maternal peer support coach.
And what is that?
And so what that means is that I take part from my lived experience and hope and strength. I try to offer that to another one coming right on the same journey with me, offer an insight, that insight into been somewhere, done it before, showing the blueprint for it is so valuable.
Yeah.
We're here to break down stigma and stuff. Also, as far as what you were talking about with the gambling, I have seen some of that that has come around and we at the Georgia Council for Recovery believe that anything that keeps you from being your best you, you can take steps to recover against, whether it be a food addiction, whether it be a drug addiction,
that's an addiction as well. Yeah,
gambling addiction. There's so many things that keeps you from being your authentic self. And we support anything that's going to help you be your authentic best self.
Right.
So,
and one of the things when he told me that, I was really taken aback because I think he said he's been in the recovery house for over a year. I think he says he's going to be getting out in November. I think he said, and it blew my mind because I had never heard of that before. That people who were actually in a recovery other than a drug addiction or alcohol or whatever, as you alluded to, that they would house those type people too. And I never understood it. So what would I want? And I didn't want to get too far into his business because I didn't know him like that. That was something that he shared with me, and I didn't want to get too far in. What would something like that day to day include with him? Because of course he's gainfully employed. He's working. His wife, he's married. He's been married for like 28 years. Wife standing by. I think that is ultra important to have that kind of support. But for him, day to day, what would that be? Because of course he's at the center all day when he comes to work, because he works the afternoon shift. So what would he do all day?
That's a tough question because I really don't have I don't know. We at the Georgia Council, we don't necessarily look at one person's journey and say that's the way to do it. It would be, what we are more interested in is looking within. What is it in you that you need to do to be your authentic best self today?
You sound like a promo for my coaching life, for my coaching life coaching business, because that's what I tell you. It's about you.
Right.
And people often sometimes will ask me, say, well, what's the difference between a life coach and seeing a shrink or a psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever? I said, psychologists pretty much have what I like to say, a cookie cutter mentality. They'll have a whole bunch of boxes, and if you check these amount of boxes, then this is the procedure. This is to help you. This is the game plan we're going to do.
Right.
But they don't really take into account that person as an individual.
That's right.
And I love it when you said it that way, because I think when you talk about changing somebody, transforming somebody, you have to make them believe and understand that whatever it is that they need, they already got.
Right.
It's not something you got to go get.
Right.
It's just something you need to access. Am I right about that?
That's correct. That's absolutely correct, because everyone's path may look a little bit different. Everybody's journey is going to look a little bit different because we are different individualized.
Wow.
And so before, your person that you met, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what his day-to-day would look like, you know what I mean? I don't know him, but
I'm just wondering, would it be the same as say somebody in recovery, like they would have classes or coaching sessions or something like that every day or every so often? Because I tell you what, let's do it this way. What would a day in the life of someone who say entered into the recovery daily? What would that be like for them?
well, there's different pathways. But I don't want to say most people, but a lot of people,
Okay.
I can speak for myself. That's what I can do. I can speak for myself. I came through a recovery home myself. The state of Georgia said that I had to attend. And I got on board with that real quick.
I think a little voluntold, as they like to say.
I was voluntold. And I wasn't very happy about doing it in the beginning, but I stuck around long enough, and some of it I resonated with. There was something that caught my attention. And I think it was a lot of the positivity. A lot of it for me was a unity of a group of people that are working to build and do something different than what they had in the past. Hope is huge. So, and that's across the board for anything, any kind of element that's holding you back from being your authentic true self. Hope is a big, big thing. And if you can pass on just a little bit of hope to somebody who's where you were, then a little insight would help out with that. I'm careful that when I do talk to, as a peer coach, because I have two hats, I also attend a lot of, for me personally, on a personal level, a lot of AA 12-step meetings. I love those.
Okay.
And 12 steps did some good for me, but I'm cautious to pass that on to anybody else as a recommendation. But I let them know this is the path that I took, and I try to educate myself as far as other pathways, so that when the discussion comes up from me and the peer that I'm talking to, that I'm knowledgeable about
Other ideas
in the community, other ideas.
Other
Absolutely.
ideas. Yeah, because sometimes until you take a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yes.
And a little bit of that,
Yes.
and that'll work for that person.
Right.
Because all you needed was this, and all they needed was that, and all they needed was that. But it may take all three of those for this person,
Right.
for this other person.
Absolutely.
But I think somebody with lived experience, I think that is huge. I think that is key to reaching people. Because for me, I always like to say it's the difference between empathy and sympathy. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But if you've been through it, you got empathy.
Right.
You understand. I mean, if you got sympathy, you see it and you recognize that it's not good, but you really don't know what it truly involves, how it's affecting somebody unless you've been through it.
I mean, because it hits different when it's personal, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And that was case in point. I got two nonprofits. One's called Green Out Loud 2000, which is a mentoring for young kids, teaching them the importance of an education at an early age, And the other one is called the Hope for Xavier Foundation, which is named after my son. And you would think, because the one with the Hope for Xavier Foundation, when it started out, we had everybody in there had a child or was a caregiver of someone with autism. And it didn't last. I mean, it's still here. I mean, we're still doing team, because as a matter of fact, we got a 10-year anniversary. Shout out, if you're in the area, Jefferson Civic Center, October the 18th, come to the 10-year Black Tie Gala, our 10-year anniversary of Black Tie Gala for the Hope for Xavier Foundation. Yes, that's a shame to shout out, but anyway. But when you get back in, and because I thought it was so personal, that's why I thought it was strong. But then when some people got in there, well, this is not what I signed up for. Because in the beginning of anything, like you just said, hope is a thing that has to drive you. And once that hope leaves, whoever or how many other people leave, they don't see it that way. They'll be gone. But it's like you said, though, it's when it's personal, it is definitely different. because especially for the people who love someone who's going through the addiction, and that's the thing, because like it was with my son when we had the autism, the whole house had autism. That's just the way that we had to look at it. Everybody that was involved in them had autism. That was the way to look at it. Uh, but that, and I said that to say this: when people come to you, do they see that you've been through something that you have to tell me? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you don't look like what you've been through.
You can find me in the Bad and Busted, 20, 24, 23, 22, 21. No, I'm just kidding. But you really can find me in the Bad and Busted. I was on the front cover quite a lot, and that to hear that, takes me back a little bit. And I'm blessed. I'm very blessed today. But yes, I do. I offer it with permission. I ask them because a lot of people, when we start sharing our truth, what worked for us, our experience, strength, and hope, all the things. We're not really asked permission before somebody wants to hand that over to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we at the Georgia Council and I'm also a peer coach, CARES. Cohort 66, go girls and guys.
Hey now.
Shout out to them right quick. But we ask for permission. And if they give me the permission to share my story, I do share my story with them. Before, I'm going to ask you, is it okay if I share a little bit of my story?
Absolutely, it is.
All right, thank you. Before I was here, currently where I am, I was a surgical scrub nurse. And I was married with 3 children and had a house and vehicles and all of the things. And life takes over. You know what I mean?
Life gets to life, and as we call it.
I was diagnosed with a disease called lupus, which is very painful. And
I had a friend who passed from lupus, complications of lupus. As a matter of fact, we named a scholarship after him from the Hope for Xavier Foundation, won the Lene Emerson Thompson Memorial Scholarship Award. Yes, another shameless plug. But we give out the scholarship, and she died from complications of lupus. So that was something that was.
Yes, and it's kind of devastating. I had worked my way up through college myself, and then here I am with this beautiful career that I felt like I was great at, and I could no longer perform the job duties, and that mentally took a toll on me. My marriage failed. I was married for 20 years. That failed.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. It's almost like everything just kind of unraveled at once. But I have learned that sometimes that's the Creator's plan. You know what I mean?
It is.
So and then I experienced the things that I did. What started with just some pain medication every now and then to fight off the disease became at the height of mine. I was taking 40 pain pills a day.
Oh my God! Really?
And I had a whole nother job at a whole nother hospital just to support that habit. And I functioned like that quite well for a while, for a few years until I didn't.
When you said a few years, how long?
4 or 5.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So they started this little thing called the red flag of the pharmacies, and that ruined my whole life.
Okay, now explain for those of us like me who don't know what that means. And I'm married to a nurse, so I still don't know what that means. Shout out to my wife, Dawn.
That's when they started red flagging everything. Like they had to have a control number, and the doctor had to have a number on your prescription, and you had to go to the same pharmacy, and it's run. You couldn't pharmacy shop anymore. You couldn't do all of the things because I like to consider myself a likable person, and I was pretty good at manipulating some of the people I worked with, to write me prescriptions for a toothache or a toe ache or anything that I had.
Yeah.
And they wanted me at work the next day. And I was pretty convincing. And so that's how that went down. And then when life takes over and, your emotions are involved, and before you know it, you're on to bigger and badder, you know what I mean? And so that didn't, 4 or 5 years into it, I realized that I could not stop, and then.
Is it what you would consider rock bottom for you?
No, of course not. No, I had to
Really?
take it further down too. But
Continue my thoughts.
let's see. I went through my divorce, and I did come off of the pain medication. I was off of that for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I lived on my own, and having to split children between 2 houses was not conducive for me. I could not figure out how to be Karen again when I was always their mother and somebody's wife. That was hard for me to figure out. And so I wasn't working anymore. The money wasn't there anymore. I began receiving disability, and I did a lot of isolation, which only fed what I was in the height of my addiction. I was in and out of jail, in and out of the bad and busted, on probation, all of those things, and I didn't do too well with that because I just didn't want to listen to what they told me I had to do. And I didn't take it. I've been on my own since I was 14, so I didn't want somebody telling me at 36.
So independence wasn't a big thing for you.
Yeah.
So you pretty much been a survivor all your life, a fighter.
I've been living in survival mode, that's for sure.
A fighter.
Until.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I went through, I was in Clark County Jail, and there was a rehab in Statham, Georgia, that came and picked me up at the request of my best friend that said, please don't send her to prison. We need her here. Her children need her here. And they said, one more chance. We'll give you one more chance. And my children stood outside of the rehab door and said, if you do this, we will do it every step of the way with you. And we will be your biggest support and your cheerleader. And we will hold your hand through all of this. But if you don't, we cannot watch you be in the bad and busted anymore. We cannot come and get you out of jail anymore. We will not support you while you're in prison. We will not do those things. We are tired. And it resonated. It hit me so hard that I decided that I had to do something. So I got involved in groups. I got involved in 12-step groups. There's a lot of them. I like the variety. You know what I mean? I wanted to test them all out and see what was out there and who I could resonate with, who I could connect with. And that led me to working. I graduated that recovery home in Statham, Georgia. And then I worked there for 3 years as the assistant director, 18-bed facility.
Wow.
And, I was the assistant director for 3 years. And then I went and got my cares at the Georgia Council for Recovery, cohort 66, by the way.
Hey, now?
And right. And that was in October of last year. And by January, I was working for the council. And I'm a peer coach at North Georgia Medical Center. I am a maternal peer coach, which means I see women that are brought in through NICU, ICU, mother, baby that may or may not present with some kind of substance.
So let me ask you something. You're talking about the peers coach thing. Mm-hmm. Do you have to be a recovery person to say, I want to be a peers coach, or is that something you can do? Because a lot of people, like I said, they got compassion for it and they want to do it, but they don't have the life experience. So I think, for me myself, I think it's vital that you have that those life learned lessons, those life experiences. I think that would to make you a great peer coach like you do. But can a person who hasn't been through it do it?
We at the Georgia Council require that you have 2 years in recovery yourself, and your lived experience is welcomed, because I thought that I would not be employable anymore with a record, a felony, all the things, because you see nursing license went away, all of those things went away when life lived, and I got into the situations that I did. But here at the Recovery Council, my lived experience is valuable because it helps another. So
it doesn't just help them. Let me tell you something right now. This helps this whole society.
It sure does.
And again, like I'm so glad that Miss Bradley is, my friend Debbie. I call her Debbie. Professional, I guess we can call it, Miss Bradley. But Debbie is so passionate about what it is, and she's been that way when she had hardly any help. And the fact that now that she's started to get it, that seems like the county is really getting behind the county and the city. Everybody's starting to get behind what it is she's doing. It's a great thing. It's a great. I love what I'm seeing from that, and which is why I will continue my association with them. When she asked me to come, when I come and do a podcast from this, because I think it's the proclamation that she's getting or representing that she's getting is amazing.
Right.
And
what a great ally to have.
Oh,
you know what I mean? What a great ally.
But you are as well. As a matter of fact, I want you to come back on, but I want to sit and talk with you for a couple of hours. This is great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. Lots to say.
and we got lots we need to learn a lot, and a lot we want to hear. So what is your best part about being a peer coach that you like?
The best part of doing this for me is when it heals that part of you inside of you that it touches that part of you that is so damaged. When you can see another woman or another man rise up with some hope and start to take the steps that they need.
That is so deep.
It heals that part of you that's broken,
That is so deep.
that you can't heal with purchasing something or someone telling you you're doing a great job. But when you can help somebody else out of the ashes,
that is so
And
touching. That is so deep.
yeah,
That is so.
I get healed every day in parts I didn't know that could ever be healed. You know, there's especially like for my children, you know, one of the hardest things through this whole recovery journey is thinking about the things that I must have put them through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And thinking about how it must have been being in middle school and all their friends knew me and hung out at my house and all of those things. But then a few weeks later, seeing me in the Bad and Busted and knew that I was in jail, and they take it to school and show it to my sons. And my sons were comic about it, and I appreciate that side of them because I like to consider myself a little funny too. But they took the Bad and Busted, stuck it on their bedroom wall. You know what I mean? They like that.
Wow.
And I signed a little autograph on it. You know what I mean?
So you embraced it. So
I embraced it. It was part of what it was part of the life. It was part of what I was doing, and I needed them to laugh through it and not cry through it so much. So I was thankful that they could find the humor in it, even though inside it hurt me a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I reach out to another peer or another peer reaches out to me, and you can see that they've got a little hope and things are turning around for them, and they're making strides, you know, to bring themselves out of that emotional pain and all of the devastation and the stigma and all of those things. When you can see someone's journey just kind of change over, it heals that part of me, you know, and all of the things that I did, and it's a beautiful journey.
That's again. That's why I want to say we need more time.
Yeah,
this is an amazing story, and I am so glad that did you volunteer? Or did I ask?
You asked me when I walked over here.
Hey,
but I probably wouldn't have been 10 minutes later.
Once again, your boy Sam on the spot reporter doing his job and doing it well.
That's right. You did. Sam, you're all right.
But just a joke. But it is so refreshing because when you go and talk about your children, the depths of forgiveness that had to exist within them.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something that I always like to tell people because, you know, and not to change subjects here, but when I talk about racism, which is, of course, like I said, this is totally different. And and if we can ever just be honest about it, have a conversation, you know, because there are a lot of people who are they say they're not, but they are. It's okay if you are. Let's talk about why you are.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But on the flip side of that, I tell you know, my African American brothers and sisters, do you have the depths of forgiveness that it's going to take to forgive them for slavery, for the racism? Because if not, then this is where we are, and this is what we're going to have to deal with.
So
it's
essentially,
a
you're
street.
saying allow them space to grow and change, right?
That's it.
That's exactly.
And isn't that what it's going to take?
That's what it's going to take.
That's what it's going to take. And me myself, I don't have a prejudice, but I don't judge people by the color of their skin.
Yeah.
I don't feel better if I got robbed by a black person and I then turn around and got robbed by a white person. I don't feel better saying, well, at least I got robbed by a black person. What is that?
Right. Yeah. Right.
What is that?
It felt different.
Yeah.
You're still robbed, but
You're still robbed. That's my point. That was the equalization. But to get back to what you said about the depth of forgiveness for your children, and my shout out to them.
Thank you, my babies.
Absolutely.
Shout out to them, Alex, Isaac, aka Boogie, and Jack.
Oh, well, we're going to give him a kiss. So
yes,
we're going to go ahead and give another kiss. But that was something but again, that in and itself is a beautiful story. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of families who are in similar situations and don't know if they got that depth of forgiveness, and don't know how, you know, because you were genuinely sorry that you put your children through that.
Yeah.
And they believe that how, you know, but again, though, that came back, to the testament of your character. Because who you are is always going to be at the end of the day. That's who you are. Who you are. Yeah. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. And then because you were that person from the beginning, when it's all stripped away,
right?
Who are you? Right. And because of who you are, I think it was why they could look within themselves and find that. this has just been a beautiful conversation.
Thank you so much.
Man,
I enjoyed it so much.
And I am dead serious. I gotta give me your contact information because I will be around some more in here. And this, I hate to end this conversation. I really do because
we'll
it is such a good.
I'm loads of fun.
I can tell that. And believe it, my wife is our live TV audience without the TV. But
yeah, I know. I've been making eye contact the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
But this has just been an awesome conversation, and I hope that in the replay, because some people are not going to see it live. Shame on you if you didn't.
I know I got a few out there watching.
That's what I'm talking about. And please like, share.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, Rob, get you some people. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 9,647.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I need to get that because I need that button. Yeah. I need that YouTube button. I got the one for 5,000. I need the one for 10. Yeah. Because the next one after that is 100,000. I really got to put some more work in to get that done.
Well, fortunately, my recovery community is huge.
Amen. That's what I'm talking about.
So we got you. I'm going to push it out there. And then when you hit it, I want you to call me up and say, I hit it.
That's what I'm talking. I'm most certainly. I'm know. You know what? I'll be better now. I'll have you on. That's and right. When we hit 100,000. I got something for you.
All right,
I got something for you. And I wish I had brought some issue rap with Reggie Sam swag, but I didn't. But trust me, I'll get your address and all that good stuff.
Yes, I got a business card. I'll be glad to leave with you.
Absolutely. And if you could make it to the gala October the 18th at the Jefferson Civic Center at 7 o'clock. Tickets are $25. Okay. There's going to be fun, food, prizes, and a huge announcement coming that you're not going to want to miss. So trust me, October the 18th, 7 p.m. at the Jefferson Civic Center, if you can be there. And again, today is the very last, well, not today, tomorrow is the very last day to add to if you want to put your business card or an ad, or if you got to start a new business, even if you wrote a book, if you start a catering business, lawn service, anything of that nature, you want to put an ad in the book, again, all proceeds go to the Wonderful Lene Emerson Thompson Memorial Scholarship Award winner this year. We got one, possibly two. We'll know when we have our meeting Sunday. We got one or two. But anyway, help us make this a great success. And again, it'll be a serious, a lot of emotion going on because, like I said, my son, I tragically lost my son Xavier last year to an injury. And it's going to be an honor to him, a tribute to him that we're putting together. That somebody, you see my son here?
Oh, wow. That was beautiful.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that. So if you, and so
I'll do my very best to make it out there on the 18th. I just bought a dress for another gala, so I may have to wear it to get my money's worth.
That's what I'm talking about. Be a photographer there. Yes. Always gonna be a photographer. There's gonna be a DJ. There's gonna be food. Like I said, we got prizes to give away. I think this year we're gonna give away like 2 TVs. Last year we gave away one, but this is a 10-year anniversary. We want to kind of make it special. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah.
Make sure
I'll invite the people and see what we can do.
Make sure I get your.
Absolutely.
Make sure I get you. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was nice. Absolutely. Yeah. No problem.
And my guy right there said he wanted to be to get him in here. Again, this is the It's a Wrap. Reggie. And Ed Studderman, who is at this speak, is having a have a seat, sir, is having a shout out to the people in the Jefferson area. Go out, meet and greet, who I think is going to do a wonderful job of what she's left. Be the one that should be. And I got my next guest up here already. We're going to do it like we did. Welcome to the SUR. What's your name and what it is that you're doing? See.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Well, let's reset. Do it again.
All right. My name um I kind of work with all that's much in a nutshell. I always tell people that I work around the
We talked. So
this day for me just means a lot of change. Bring something to the community and help make people better. And it just means that one person at a time, our community a lot because just people that could have benefited from it. I think it's going to be powerful. I think it'll be
right. As I said, as I was talking to you, I was telling her about 3, and I've come to see how passionate she was when she had very little support, and just turn her scene and correct me. Like the city, the county is finally embracing what it is that she's doing. So tell me if I'm wrong regarding her.
No, Debbie is one of those people that she does not take an answer, especially when it comes to helping people and assisting people as they grow. With that being said, I'm not surprised that it grew to this manner. I remember before she even started the clinic, it was a passion. She said, I can help people. Basically, it came down, I could do a better job. I think people deserve better. And I didn't know better started with her saying, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm better. And she has been better.
Did you ever wonder why did she do it? Because a lot of times when people do stuff, when you find them doing something, a lot of times it's just a hope and a dream at the time, at the beginning. You want to know what it is in them that made them think that it's possible and that they could do it. Did you ever wonder that about her?
I did at first, but when you get to know her, it's just that she just has a heart for people. She having a heart for people, and she just wanted to see people better. And I think her experience as well, just life, just getting to know her. I consider her a great friend, and over time, and we have collaborated and talked a lot about family and different things. So I'm not surprised, but I thought she was crazy. I was like, that's a lot. And I was like, you're gonna take on the entire everyone,
the establishment,
the establishment, state.
Yeah, because there is still a huge stigma about recovery. About methadone clinics and all this stuff. It really is that they do not know. Well, one of the things, shout out to Judge Smith. He and I had an interview a couple months ago because I kept hearing conversations about, they really don't care. But I knew Judge personally, and I knew that. Of course, this was after the Appalachian shooting. Right. He did a tremendous job. I don't care what anybody says. Judge Smith did a tremendous job.
I agree.
And to for anybody to say anything else, but I knew that wasn't the case, so I brought him on and we talked about fentanyl. And he was so open, and I noticed from him as well, he was not jaded.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Him to be in the field that he's in for as long as he's been and still not be jaded, I thought that was awesome. In that regard, I thought that was awesome. But I think it cleared up a lot of people's misnomers and misconception that they had about the county and the fentanyl crisis, that they didn't just because he told me some stuff that I didn't know about people are so on that fentanyl. They got such a high value, such a resolution in them that even their officers touching it.
Right.
They had to find out that they had to take. They would started told Narcan as part of their, uniform.
Correct.
But a lot of times he said it wasn't for the person; it was for them because you may get a hold of somebody that they just so even if you touch them, didn't use it, and they had to administer to themselves.
Right.
I had no idea that was the case.
Yeah.
But like again, he brought light to it, and like I said, his passion for this county, and like I said, great job he did for with the Appalachian situation.
And then, I agree. And I mean, it was a bad situation, but he was the right leader for the situation.
He absolutely was.
So I agree. He did an outstanding job. He was a great leader.
He led with passion, conviction, and courage.
Yes.
And like I said, and he didn't do it for the show. And like I said, and we shouted him out that day too because he won Sheriff of the Year.
Right.
For that, something he didn't campaign.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I think he nominated 2 of his deputies.
Wow.
So that's who Judd is. But Debbie Bradley is almost exactly the same type of person. She's a people person, cares about people. I think come from, like you say, a whole where it is now, and I'm just excited about where it's going. And she is faith-based. She has a strong belief in Jesus Christ, and like I said, just trust Him and wait.
Absolutely.
This is a great day. This proclamation is, ceremony. I think it's great. And again, I'm proud that she brought something into it. So at the Genesis Center, what do you do at the Genesis Center?
So I'm kind of I'm a counselor by trade there.
Okay.
But I feel more than that. I'm kind of just I take care. When I'm there, I tell people I take care of the back, the people's needs and things like that. So being a counselor there insists on case management. Making sure people got what they need, may go into interviewing skills for jobs, and also the number one thing is recovery. Mention. So you get to know people, and just your typical day-to-day counselor sitting behind the desk. How's your day going? It's not that type of like, hey. We got to figure this out.
We talk about some hands on.
Right. So it comes with truth. So yeah, it is. It's like being a pastor sometimes. It's a ministry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what you say. Yeah, and that's the thing. I look at counseling now.
Yeah, because one thing I don't care what nobody say. If you're going to overcome something, one of the most important things that you can have is your spirituality.
Amen.
Grounded in reality, because I've said this for years. Whatever it is that you believe in should be able to get you through whatever it is you're going through. And if what you believe in doesn't get you through, you need to believe in something else.
Absolutely, I agree.
That's why I believe in God. That's why I believe in God. I believe because it was Him that brought me through all of this.
Absolutely,
all of this. So that's why another thing I always like to ask people about how important is spirituality in recovery.
It's number one for me. I tell people, and I don't judge. I believe in God. I believe Jesus was the Son of God. So that's my belief. Yep. So I always tell them, I'm not trying to force you no way, but you gotta tap into your higher power. That's number one. So however that looks, like we're not gonna judge, but if you can expect things from them, that's your higher power.
Absolutely.
But also expect things from yourself.
Absolutely.
So that's the biggest thing.
Faith without works
is no good. So,
and I tell anybody, you have to believe in something greater than yourself.
Absolutely.
You have to believe in something greater than yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to be great. If you're going to be anything, you have to believe in something.
Yeah.
And there's nothing greater than Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Absolutely.
greater. God is.
And if
the great I am. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is instead of saying, hey, you need to go do this and you got to pray. And I tell them, hey, what's your why? What is your why?
We just had that conversation.
Yeah. How do you get to your why? Can you get there by yourself? Answer is no. We've tried that. So then, that's how I bring in the higher power element of it. So, it takes work. You see people struggle for 5 years, and then you look that 1 month they're good, then it turned into 5 years going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So it was going uphill. Now we're going downhill, and we're wide open. So
my dad would say it, and he would say, "Don't give up because the next you might have made it."
Oh yeah.
And if that hope is there, then tomorrow is always that could possibly be that day. As long as you believe that, you can keep going.
That's good word.
Yes,
Good
Keep
word.
going.
Keep going.
Keep
Keep going.
You have to keep
Right.
going. But yeah, so at the Genesis, tell me your typical day at the Genesis Center.
Well,
And I want one of them shirts too.
Oh yeah, I think I can make that happen.
Okay.
You gotta get the size. We'll get
Okay.
But the typical day, usually, so I just open 5, but David's there. And that's staff get there at 5, and typical day patients start arriving at 5:30. So usually, throughout the day, patient see the counselor, and sometimes they meet with the counselor. Don't force them to meet every time they come in, but at least once to twice a month, depending on their situation. Because some people come once a month, and they check in with their counselor, and also they'll tell you if they need anything, or we may need something from them, and so that's a typical day. And usually on average, I can't remember, but it's pretty good. Caseload of people that come a day. But typical day is to come in, go see the counselor. You got medical side there as well. So we usually have a doctor there or a physician assistant there on each day. Sometimes Saturdays, but they do physicals, blood work. You get your full anything you get at the doctor's office, your primary care. You get at Genesis Center.
Well, let me ask you something. Do they know, or is there a charge?
Something I'm not. Debbie has a great heart,
Okay,
and I'll just say that.
that's
Yeah,
all
she
need
has
to be
a great
said.
heart.
That's all need to be said.
Yeah.
All that needs to be said, because the rest of it is understood. You don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
It's understood. I do understand that. Now, do you guys serve meals or stuff like that?
Well, we don't, but we do appreciation. They can come in if you're hungry, you're gonna eat.
Yeah, okay.
That's the biggest thing. So we do have once a month, do some type of appreciation for everyone, or we may just bring out the grill, they may order pizza, just different things like that. So
Do you do the cooking?
I have, I can.
Yeah, you good.
I can. I haven't done anything yet, but
I went out. Shout out to my brother, Pastor Dale Hutchins at the Snellville Christian Church. I went and had an event that was about me and iron sharpening iron, and it was about pit masters. I learned so much about grill. Well, listen, I heard so much about it. I can't grill a lick.
Really?
Oh God, no! And please, don't look at me
messing up.
Don't be.
Man,
I ain't doing that.
Oh, man, you gotta get your
Style, and people.
But
But people look at me like that's a character flaw. I'm strictly financed when it comes to barbecue. That's what I tell people. I'm strictly financed.
what you need me to bring?
But he's my brother's great at it. And I'm the oldest brother. I don't know how to really. I think but in my defense, I think he's the only one out of 4 of us. I think he's the only one that knows how to grill.
Oh
But I
wow.
don't think my brother Alex knows how to grill. And my sibling and he used to know didn't know how to grill.
Got you.
So in my defense, I'm not. He's 25% of Mary Hutchins' kids know how to grill.
Got
So-
you. All right. Hey, well,
There we
at
go.
least someone can do it.
But
Really good
I
taste.
will absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't. Like I said, I'm strictly financial.
I got you.
But the Genesis, and what are you guys' hours at the Genesis?
So
Because if she's getting there at 4, what time do y'all go home?
So usually we see the last patient at 12 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So that's a typical day on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The hours are from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. And usually staff probably go home between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, depends on how things go.
Do you have like a meeting at the end of every day,
Yeah.
or like once a week? Or
We meet during the day. We're very transparent. We're family there. Everybody knows everyone, so there's no sugarcoating. We just kind of just in between, but at times, we do meet because things change a lot of times in this field when it comes to rules and regulations. So, things change. And then, so with that being said, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we goes from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's something that started in January. We'll open the evening shift. Also, with that being said, on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, when we have the afternoon shift, we're open from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for patients that may come in, basically administrative work.
Okay.
Things like that.
Signing
so,
up.
Yes. So signing up, maybe one-on-one counseling, maybe meet with family counseling, and things of that nature.
Okay. Let me ask you something. This may be a little bit hard. Tell me about your favorite success story from Genesis Center?
Um,
One that just sticks out there when that person came, but when that person got to where they are now. I remember that moment. What's your favorite one? Because like me and David talked on a podcast, there's a lot of success that comes out of that movie, but people tend to want to stigmatize it and say it's a waste of time. And, oh, you get swapping one drug for another. But what they really don't understand is that you don't understand.
Right,
Because it's more to it than meets the eye.
Right,
That's what I
right.
think.
It's one that always sticks out to me. Just one person came in.
You don't have to mention the name.
Yeah, yeah. And one person came, this particular person came in, and they thought that we could not help them because they felt like they just been tried everything before, nothing worked. And, they had been in addiction for several years off and on. And at this point, I want to say they felt like they was at their rock bottom. And, not, with them feeling like that, their rock bottom, I had to tell them, hey, you here. So with that being said, they have an extensive history of addiction.
What were they addicted to?
Pain medication.
Okay. Because that's so common.
Yeah, and that's what we treat opiate. We treat opiate a bit. That was, and the thing was that they thought that they could be helped. And and I watched this person work hard, and I seen them slip fall, and I could say that I watched them get it together and keep it together for years. And it did not take them long to do what they need to do, but they just felt like they was at that rock bottom. They tried everything, and so they came and we got together. And one thing we do, we'll collaborate on treatment when it comes to a patient. Okay. Just because that patient,
I think that's a positive.
Yes. In caseload don't mean that patient is
not on
right for you. Right. So we took a family atmosphere, and it took a lot.
That village.
Yeah. And with that being said, I just felt I felt like I took a lead on that. And like, hey, well, they're dealing with this right now. They need to talk to you. You probably can help them better with this.
See that?
Yeah.
And everybody wins in this situation.
Right.
Because everybody's got the same goal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that probably be my biggest one. And that's one situation that I explain to patients, like, look, you're not even close to the worst I've seen. And I've seen a lot. I've been in the field since 2005. So I know I don't look like it. But
no, you don't. No, seriously, you don't.
But I've been in the field for 21 years now. But, with that being said, that's probably one of my favorite stories that I tell people.
Wow. And to see somebody come back and give,
right.
Which is why the interview that I did before was so, because of what she was.
Right.
And now she's coming back. And it's made her life work. And such a powerful story. Again, I told her, I need to sit down and talk with her to get her a complete story, get her the whole 2 hours. That's not how long I broadcast. So that's like 2 hours.
Gotcha.
So we're trying to get our subscription up. Yes, this is a shameless plug. We're at 9,647. I need that 10,000 so I can get that button from YouTube.
Absolutely.
So get me there. Get me there. It's a wrap with Reggie and Sam podcast, the podcast of the people. So, and I don't have a sponsor yet, so come on, somebody. But anyway, and you say you've been in 25, that's 20 years.
Yes. 21
years.
Do
you ever look back and realize, man, I've been in this thing for 20 years?
Yes. And,
and what's that do for you?
It makes me feel good, and it makes me say, dang, every day it's like, man, I'm just going to get my CDLs. And then
why does everybody think CDL in the head? When you get to be 40, why does everybody think CDL? Oh, they're trying to get them CDL. You ain't got what you done by 40, you get them CDL. I had somebody I'm 63 years old, and somebody literally told me, man, you need to go ahead and get your CDL. What?
I think for me, I'm being honest, it's, when you deal with people so much, you just see the CDLs. For me, I'll be by myself. Because people
get therapy.
Yeah, that's my therapy, just by myself. But one thing I did do, I threw myself in the gym about 3 years ago, and that's been my best self-care for myself. So at the time when I used to say things like that, I'm getting my CDL, it's a joke, but I knew I needed self-care. Like, hold on, I'm not taking care of myself. And the thing too, with helping people, you have to be healthy yourself, and your best help is when you're healthy. So, but yeah, I always say that. But I mean, yeah, just looking back 20 years, I never imagined it because I started really from the ground floor. I worked as I was a supervisor. Well, I was an instructor at a 24/7 substance abuse facility, working with males, and I kind of went. I was going to school, my master's degree, and I kind of once I got my master's, they promoted me. And so, and it just kind of went from there. It said my growing up with family addiction in my family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. A friend of mine's supposed to be here today. I hadn't seen him. Maybe he's gonna come later. His name Nick Morrell.
Okay.
That's my dude. That's a mentor of mine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I used to work with him at a place called Safe Life.
Gotcha.
It's where I met him.
Okay.
He was briefly.
Gotcha.
He was a super, but he turned out to be one of the best friendships I ever had.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
And I hope I got a chance to see him, to sit down and talk with him today, because it sounds like it's been in your life all your life.
Yes. Yes.
And family members. I mean, when you see a family member going, how do they receive you? Because a lot of people look at you, I don't want nothing to do with you because this is your profession.
Right.
Yeah, you're getting in my business.
Right. Yeah, and that's true. But most of the time, I keep family, and I usually, if they don't ask for help, I kind of just let them be. But I tell the truth.
There you go. Okay.
I tell them the truth. And as I grow in life, a lot of time I don't find myself around those people, whether it's family or old friends.
Why do you think that is?
I think sometimes you just get focused on what you got to do. Like myself is important. Like I got things I need to work on as well.
Yeah.
Just because I may not be struggling in one area, don't mean I'm not struggling in that. So I'm definitely not gonna point the finger.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is, I just don't find myself in them situations. Like I find myself just trying to do self-care for myself and spend time with my family.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'll be a little transparent here too. I dated a person. This was back in the early '90s. This was crack still, and they were addicted to crack. I dated a person for 5 years, and it got to the point that I had to realize that it was not in their control anymore. Because when she wasn't doing it, she was one of the best people you ever wanted to be. She was the best mother. She was the best, friend, best sister, best everything. But once that happened, she just turned into a different person. And then I had to realize that, if it was really up to her, she would.
Right.
But she can't, and she wasn't willing to do what it took. Because I took her to a couple of rehabs.
Right.
And again, I took her. When all actuality, she should have said, take it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I realized that wasn't going to happen. Then again, you get to the point where when you're in those type of relationships, if you don't have self-respect for yourself, you're going to go off that cliff.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're getting on the pool, and then you're asking them to be something that they can't.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing too. But again, it gave me empathy for people who are in that situation. So I don't look at it as a loss. I don't look at it as a bad relationship. I look at it as I went to college for 5 years.
Right.
I got a degree in that whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It gave me insight, to have me more compassionate about people who are in those situations with addiction, whether it be crack, opioid, fentanyl, whatever. You see what I'm saying? I'm not looking down on anybody because I've seen it up close firsthand for 5 years, what it does to and how it destroys families.
Right.
Shout out to the people in your profession who do what they do. And again, that's why, I continue to support Miss Bradley.
Yes.
Any way I can. I feel like I met a new friend in you too, my guy.
Yes, sir.
And this has been a great, wonderful interview. Is it anything you want to say before, or we can just sit here and keep talking. If you got nothing to do, we can sit here and keep talking.
I got you.
Okay. Don't think I'm trying to push you off.
No,
I am not.
good.
I'm enjoying this conversation.
Yeah. The biggest thing I would say, and it's something that I tell myself, well, first of all, I practice positive affirmations for myself every day.
Shout out to my guy, Eureka Bradley. He's got a 21-day affirmation book, ebook. I think you need it.
I need it. Okay.
And it's about, so go ahead with it.
Yeah, so, biggest thing is, wake up, make your bed, Start your day with a victory. And
When you say
also,
victory, what do you mean by victory?
like, if you come home to your bed being made, or you make it up before you go,
Yeah.
you make time for yourself. It automatically puts you in the state of you started your day off right. So I call that a victory. You took the chance. I mean, you made a point to set your day off right.
My wife always tell me to make sure I make the bed up for her.
Yeah. So you got to start with a win.
How you feel? I don't, I ain't buying that win. Though.
If you're the last one out of bed, you're gonna make it.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You can't.
But my thing is, I'm gonna get back in when I come back.
But you come home and it's already set up. You good. It was like a candle at that point, and you good to go. Light the candle, and you good.
You paint the picture, but that I'm not seeing. But anyway.
But yeah, so but that's how most time I start my day. But usually I'm not the last one out. And practice self-care. But write you some positive affirmations down. Put them in.
So you write yours down.
I write them down. I got them on my phone. And I wake up. First thing I do is read them. And then I read my Bible verse. I do that every day, and just start that way, and not go to the gym for self-care. But the biggest thing that I will leave people with, write 5 positive things down about yourself. Even if you don't believe them, if you want to believe it, it'll come true. If you keep saying it to yourself, it'll become a habit. It'll change your lifestyle, and that's what I do. I'm not perfect, but I know I'm striving to be. I'm striving to be better every day, and you never grown because you're always growing.
That's what I said. I would rather be getting better than be the best, because getting better keeps you involved. But getting the best means you stopping somewhere.
Absolutely.
And that's why I agree with you on that. And that's amazing that you write down your affirmations. I had never even considered that. But Eureka is, like I said, I got to get you to get his ebook. I think it might be like $6.
Okay, I would love that.
But I think it will help him and get out the word, because it's 21-day affirmation. Because what he does, what he get it from is that it takes 21 days to change or break a habit.
Yep.
You heard that too?
Yep.
I had never heard that too.
That's
They said I had
real.
one podcast. He said
21
that
days.
21 days. How did they come up with the number 21 days?
I don't know, but I know for myself, the biggest thing is I'm 30 days, but 21.
I'm with you. I'm a 30-day guy. I get something 30 days.
Yeah. But if you get to 21 days, you can get to 30.
Now we're back to the bed making.
Yeah. There you go. So you're gonna start that 21 days making the bed when you the last one out.
Trust me, it's been past 21 days.
Yeah,
and it ain't doing none of that what you telling me. But
I got you.
But it keeps my wife from saying, "I got to make out this bed." She keeps me saying that, so I don't want to hear that.
Get out the bed. You get out the bed first, then. You gotta hurry up and get out.
I ain't doing that either. But like you said, the affirmations are important, because I got this Bible app and I end my day with a verse and a prayer, and it gives you the option to write down what that verse meant to you, or what did you get out of that verse. That's every day, right? Every day at the same time. Then they said, "How was your day?" And then you got like 6 emojis. I always say thankful.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is I'm going through. I don't care how bad it was. Thankful.
Yeah.
I just hit thankful. I don't hit sad. I don't hit happy, thoughtful, none of that. I always hit.
Gotcha.
Because and this thing I like to say is that God ain't made no bad days. You might have had a bad day. God ain't made no bad days.
Right.
So when you just say, I had a bad day today, if you had a bad day, that wasn't from God. God don't make no bad day.
I had a bad minute.
Yeah, what you did.
Yeah, right.
And that's another thing. And I think Enrique said something to me. Maybe you had a bad minute.
Right.
A bad 20 minutes. But what about the other rest of the day?
Right.
That was good.
Right.
So you got to accentuate the negative, eliminate accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative.
Right.
And don't mess with what's in between.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And shoot, if you eat every day, it's a blessing. Like, it's so many blessings that we have within the day that we feel.
But we take them for granted.
Right.
That's a good word. We feel like we deserve it.
Yeah,
we feel like we deserve it, because a lot of people lay down, you get up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But again, this has been great. And if I can I get Miss Bradley to come in here and so we can chit chat. Reggie, my man.
All right, nice.
And don't forget that shirt. I'm gonna XL.
It's
Or XL.
you got the right woman coming to get you.
Again, thank you so much. This is It's a Wrap with Reggie Sam. We're broadcasting live from an event put on by the Genesis Center and its manager, vice president, CEO, whatever it is you want to call it. She's the lady in charge, Miss Debbie Bradley. She is absolutely a friend of the show because this was her third appearance. And we are glad to have her back on here, Miss Debbie. Again, congratulations and thank you so much on this beautiful facility and the proclamation. Thank you so much again for being part of the It's a Wrap with Reggie Sam podcast.
Thank you, and thank this county for
Yeah.
actually getting involved and doing the right thing for these people.
Absolutely. And that was one of the things that I was telling the two interviewees that I just had. It warms my heart and it makes me feel good because, like I said, I've been knowing you for a little over 3 years now. And where this thing is now, as opposed to where it was now, and it seems like finally this county, this town is finally getting behind you and realizing, hey, she's doing some great work there. Let's give her some help. Is that, am I wrong in that?
No, you're not wrong, and actually the commissioner, he was talking about what can we do? What can we do to help?
No, which commissioner was this? We want to give him a shout out.
That was Tim who was here.
Tim, okay.
And
I missed Tim. I wanted to interview Tim, but that's okay.
that would have been awesome. I mean, we literally, what can we do? What can we do? Can we do more? And that is amazing. For them to wrap their arms around it and know that recovery is real. And I think maybe it did take this long because they're able to see it. They're able to see the recovery that we have done in this community.
And you poured so much of you into this, and like I said, my congratulations to you. And there's absolutely no way that we would be here today if you didn't have what you had inside of you and believed in what it was that could be possible. So tell me what that means to you to see, it come to fruition like this.
To see something like this is amazing. I mean, this actually was a goal all along to have a home for women. And recovery home, it's a home. Some women, they don't ever get that chance. Me growing up, I grew up with an alcoholic mother. I didn't get a chance of really knowing what home was. I didn't get somebody to teach me how to cook or any of those just simple things. So for me, at this age, I'm going to be able to come over here on a Sunday and do dinner with these girls and help them cook. That's what I want to do, so I'll be able to take and do the things that I didn't get and be able to give to girls that they didn't get that either.
So let me ask you something. Is there a limited time that they get to stay here, or is they?
It's going to be a year long.
A year long.
A year long because they need that.
Yeah.
They need that stability. They need to be able to get a job. So this will be a year long journey for them. So when they leave, they've saved money. They're back on their feet.
Wow. And of course, tell me you're going to have a graduation ceremony for all this good stuff.
Absolutely.
So, because It's a Wrap with Reggie Sam, we want to come back and broadcast that too. Because there's so many success stories that are going to come out of here. I'm going to go ahead and speak that.
Yep.
So many that are success stories that are going to come out of here. And this is, and I was telling Reggie, I like where this is, but I'm more excited about where it's going because I just think this is just the beginning of something. And you deserve that, Ms. Davis. I appreciate
that. The girls deserve it.
Yes.
Deserve that. I wish more people would do for others.
We as human beings have a responsibility to one another, but the thing of it is, everybody doesn't take that responsibility.
No, they don't.
There's so much about, what about me?
What about me?
I remember having a conversation with somebody one time, and I was like, we got people who don't want to give up what they got. They don't want to give up anything that they have to somebody else. I said, for instance, say you got 85% of what it is that you need, and you're living like that. I said, would you take 65 if somebody else could live better? They asked, they looked and they said no.
No. So, and to me, I don't have to drive that new car. I literally would rather have this and see what this can do for people than have that. But that's just who I am.
And when you do stuff like that, the human experience is so much better.
It's so much better.
That's what people don't get. It's not just about not doing something, and that's what they understand.
Hi.
My Debbie.
Hi. And this is something that, this is
If you
somebody.
want to bring them on, right?
Oh,
Bring them
absolutely.
in. Absolutely.
Would love to talk on the podcast. Yes,
Well,
yes,
it's
yes,
too
yes,
late.
yes.
You're already on here.
Yes.
I didn't even know.
So, yeah,
We're
well,
actually,
you
we're
know
actually
what?
just talking about recovery.
Yes.
This is a success story.
So,
Right
Yes.
here.
come in,
Right
come
here.
in, come
You
in here, come in here and
talk.
talk about this.
I would love
This is a
to.
success story.
This is a success story. Okay, tell me about. I am Sam Hutchins from the It's a Rap with Reggie and Sam podcast, the podcast of the people who broadcast here. Miss Debbie is my friend, and we were talking about success stories. And I told you the ones that are gonna come out of here, but you're actually one that's already come out of here.
Yes.
Tell me first of all, introduce yourself to the audience and tell them who y'all got 9,647 subscribers. Not all of them are looking right now. Only a few of them are looking, but enough of them are looking. Tell them, hey, tell them who you are.
Hi,
Tell
my
them who you are.
name's Heather. I have been with Genesis for I think about 4.5 years now. So right about when they opened up, I became a patient, and it was a time where I had just left a residential treatment center. So I had already had a taste of recovery. And I was getting ready to fly the nest from that residential center.
Uh-huh.
So I spent about 3 years there, and I felt like I was ready to leave. I went, and I started staying with my mother. Very quickly, I had a relapse. Fortunately, I did not stay long in that relapse, but it took everything from me. It hit me the worst, that I have ever been taken out. Took everything from me, my kids, my car, all the money I had worked for, just everything. So I found Genesis Center. They had just opened up. I got established with them, became a patient, and I have been clean ever since.
Wow. We got to
So-
applaud that. That's a great story. And prior to this one, she was on the podcast earlier, and of course that's what we were talking about. Because people love to put the stigma on it, like, yeah, you're not really doing anything over there. You just trade one drug for another, and
Right.
But as I told her, I said, I truly believe that she got a lot of success stories that people don't hear about, and she was like, yeah,
Well,
that's
let me
true.
tell you how it helps me. So yes, some people do say, you're still taking something, this and that. But for me, it helps me to establish like a routine.
Uh-huh.
Not just like a physical daily routine, but a mental routine. Something. Because they also do counseling. It's more than just going and getting.
So it's spiritual as well.
Oh,
as well as physical.
absolutely,
Not just get rid of the
absolutely.
physical addiction, it helps with the mental
Right,
too as well.
right. And that's like one of the major parts, making sure you're okay here.
Yes.
I think it's not for everybody, but if it is for you, like myself, it's been a game changer, and it saved my life. Today I have my kids back, I'm
Isn't that
getting
something?
married. Yeah.
You're getting married. Congratulations to that.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations.
So, and I'm just really happy to be a part of something like the Genesis Center,
But you're a shining star for the Genesis Center
Thank
too.
you.
Please understand that because your representations of what they've done and representation to society about what's possible if you
That's
apply
right.
yourself.
That's right.
And again, thank you so much for coming and
Thank
sharing
you.
sharing your story. See, it didn't wasn't as bad as you thought it was.
No.
You thought you were gonna get up here and lose some teeth. See, but it didn't happen like that. But again, thank you guys so much.
Thank
and
you
then
for
again,
having me.
I would thank you. And
All
if you ever want to come on and tell your complete story from beginning to the end to where you are now, you got a platform to do so.
Nice.
Now I extend that to you. I'll give you my information, and I'll have you come on because I love stories of redemption. I love
Right.
stories of triumph, people overcoming, and it's a beautiful thing. And again,
My
congratulations.
fiance has a really good story as well, but I don't know.
I'll laugh and say, what
I don't know if he's ready tonight.
Well, if he's not, he can pray. He can come the next time.
That's
Both
right.
of y'all come and
That's
tell
right.
us
I would love to get
That
your
would be
information
great.
before we leave.
Absolutely. Like I said, we
Well,
want
thank you guys for having me and listening. And recovery is real.
That's right. Shout out to anybody before you step away.
Yes, my fiance, Sean.
All right, again, thank you guys for coming.
Is this you?
Yeah, this
Can I
is
take this?
absolutely
Thank you so much.
absolutely take it with you. Listen, I think that's good. We got, since I don't have any more interviews, I have really enjoyed myself. I mentioned again, I get a photo op with someone. But anyway, this is your guy Sam Hutchins from the Interact with Reggie and Sam podcast. We're trying something new and different here this with our streaming. We got some bugs we got to kick out, but my guys Reggie did make a personal appearance a couple of times. Technical difficulties, but trust me, we'll get this thing worked out so you can get it back on. Because I know you guys miss Reggie. Trust me, Reggie misses you guys too. But in the meantime, again, thank you guys, everybody who was on Facebook Live. I see a couple of people in the chat. Thank you guys for being a part of this, and in the comments, let me know what you think about this program. I mean, this platform, our new streaming service, uh, to bring better content. You know, be able to interact with you guys again. Thank you so much. And again, if you're in the Jefferson area, my friend, she's a member of the Hope for Xavier Foundation. Again, the nonprofits cannot advocate for one political party or a political opponent. But Annette's my friend, and I'm giving her a shout out. So if you're in the area, she's having a meet and greet that's going on right now. And if you got a chance, I think it's over with at 7. If you do have a chance, go by there, meet and greet her. She's going to do a great job as a council lady. And if you're not registered to vote, please register to vote. Early voting starts in October. And again, this is if you have any idea, if you want to put an ad in the it's a wrap. I'm sorry about that. If you want to put an ad in the Hope for Xavier Foundation program for the Black Tie Gala that's coming up October the 18th at the Jefferson Civic Center, tomorrow is your last day to do so. Remember, there's $100 for a full page color ad, half page color ad, $50, quarter page is $25, and they have your business card listed, picture of your business card and what it is that you do is $15. Get those ASAP by midnight tomorrow night so I can submit it to the printer. This is going to be a great, this is our 10-year anniversary. A lot of stuff's going to be going on. So if you get a chance, by all means, check out the Facebook post, check out the It's a Wrap with Reggie Sam podcast. If you missed this podcast, go back and listen to it. Like, share, and subscribe. Again, we got 9,647 subscribers, trying to get 10,000. Please, ma'am, please, sir. And it's free. But anyway, if my partner was here, he would say, but he's not here, so I have to say it on myself. As we like to say at the end of every broadcast,